Hey, coach, you wonder why you keep losing games? Come here, let me tell you. It's not the kid's fault. I'll tell you why. Okay, overcomplicating the game, or in plain words, doing too much. Many times coaches do too much. You see a play on YouTube, on Instagram, or TikTok, or whatever. You see it and you try to implement it, or you see something flashy and you try to do it, or you see this trick play, or you think about some play that you used to run when you were younger, when you played, and you try to throw it in, and now you got two plays in I formation, three in spread. You got an air raid concept. You got a West Coast concept. You got a power eye concept. You got a numbering system. You got audibles. You got hot routes and this and that and blitz pickup and pro sets. And the kids are only 6 years old, right? At some point, you got to realize you're doing too much. What you really want to know is, or just a rule of thumb, you really want to just have two times as many plays as the kid's age, right? So if they're a 6U team, you need to have about 12 plays, which is left, right, so about six total, left, right. You get seven, it's 14, 8, 16. As they get older, you open up the playbook. You open it up more and more and more because they can retain more. And if you're lucky enough to have a team that travels with you and goes from age to age, you can just take those old plays and keep those in the playbook and add on the next year or as the season go on. So that's part of the reason why coaches lose. Just doing too much and finding the kid's identity and running what they need to run in order to be successful. All right, number two is poor practice planning. And sometimes it's really not the coach's fault. It's really just the time in the day, right? Youth coaches, you probably have about 2 hours a day, if that, 3 days a week once the season gets going. And, little Timmy showing up late, little Johnny left his pads, little Newt then left his helmet, and it's not no consistency, right? So what you want to do is you want to create a practice plans that encompass all of that. All right. So you always want to have an alternative drill in mind, a dynamic warm up, everyday drills, some sort of install or team sector, and then conditioning. You have to have these four elements every single practice, and they have to be structured. And if majority of you guys bring their gear, we're in gear. If majority of guys forget their gear, guess what? We're not in gear. And we have to make those adjustments based on that. Your starting quarterback doesn't bring his stuff and you don't have a backup. Don't just throw a kid out there who's never played quarterback before. You may have to alter practice. You may have to do offensive install with no shoulder pads on, no helmet, or it's a walkthrough, something like that. Something in order to continuously gain these kids' knowledge. You want to think about it like the education system. If kids showed up every day without a pencil or a pen, at some point you have to either give them a pencil or a pen or alter the learning material to where they don't need a pencil or a pen in order to continuously get these kids smarter. And we do the same thing in sports. If they're a clumsy kid and they forget a lot or the parents aren't there when they go to practice and they forget things, then maybe coach, you need to keep the shoulder pads and helmet. You may want to do that. Or two, you just alter practice, make sure he gets it on time, make sure he does everything he needs to do. Because at the end of the day, we want to win games, we want to be successful, we want to help these kids develop, and we want to help them get smarter, faster, and better. All right. And last but certainly, certainly not least, is having kids out of position. And what I mean by that, and I don't mean just like he's a running back, but you got him at receiver, or he's a running back and you got him on the line. What I mean is really the full concept and the full structure of the kids. Every all kids aren't built the same. We've played against one type of kid one week and then the next type of kid the next week. You run against a team that's throwing the ball around. They got speed everywhere. And then you go against another team that's slow, but they're bigger, they're stronger. So you need to figure out your identity. What is your identity for your team? Do you have a bunch of fast guys? Maybe you need to run a fast offense or run a fast defense. If you got a bunch of bigger, slower guys, then maybe you need to keep everything in a box and use your power. I know coaches, we want to run what we know, but what we know may not be best for that team. By putting them in the right position, by implementing the right system, by implementing the right things, in order for them to be successful. But guess what? And you'll learn and pick up nuggets and things like that. And like I say every video, appreciate you, coach. You may not hear it a lot, but you're going to hear it every time you see one of my videos. We appreciate you. Make sure you like and subscribe and share the video to other coaches. All right? Stay up.